We now welcome Woodrow Wilson Wagner with the Victoria County Democrats. Welcome to Sunrise.
Thanks for having me. Great to be with you this morning.
Well, I'm excited to hear about an event. It's happening August 4th featuring a candidate running for governor.
Absolutely. Mr. Beto O'Rourke, or I should say Congressman Beto O'Rourke, will be back in Victoria. He's got actually 3 events here. He'll be speaking at one of our Rotary clubs. Then we'll be having a private fundraising event for him, and then we'll be capped off with a wonderful town hall at 6:30 p.m. at the Club Westerner. So we're very excited to have him back.
Yes, and at the Club Westerner, that's going to be Thursday, August 4th. Definitely we'll have to put that on our calendars. And you also shared some photos of his last visit. Wow, what a packed room he spoke to. When was that?
That was in March, early March. We were expecting about 150 people. There were probably more than 375, and then people packed in hallways and fire marshals getting nervous. So it was a very, very exciting atmosphere. And a lot of folks, not just Democrats, came out for that. We had the chair of the Republican Party, Bill Posey, and many other people who were independents and Republicans came to that. So we would encourage the same, that maybe you're not traditionally a Democrat, but please come and listen to Beto and ask him questions. He's going to answer all the questions, and he'll stay to the very end to listen to everybody's concerns. So we encourage everybody to come out for this event.
Well, it's really special that he's making the stop here in Victoria. Now, all candidates do so, and he is facing Governor Greg Abbott in November.
Absolutely. It's going to be a very, very tough haul in terms of the campaign. But as we see in the polls, he keeps itching closer and closer to Governor Abbott. I think issues that are people's concerns right now are things like education. We talk about mental health, and Governor Abbott cutting almost $21 million from mental health services the last year. And so those things all interrelate. We talk about things like gun violence and the fact that maybe we need to have more mental health outreach for that. Well, it's hard to do that if we're cutting funding for that. So Congressman O'Rourke, I think, is very committed to trying to put more into education, more into mental health, especially for communities like Victoria. In higher education, for instance, we have lots of first-generation underserved students who need those opportunities. So what can the state do to provide more grants and fundings for our K-12 schools and our higher ed schools? These are priorities of Congressman O'Rourke. And I think if people want to ask him those kind of questions, they can certainly come to our event on next Thursday, and have that chance.
Yeah, I know those are really important resources to have. As a first-generation Mexican-American myself, it definitely takes a whole village to create that student, that graduate, and to see them later on succeed in their careers.
Absolutely. We have so many of those students here in the Crossroads. So many students who graduate from high school, and they're the first one to maybe go to college, and they need all the help and all the resources they can get. And so that's where the state comes in, hopefully, and helps them out with some of that stuff. And that's something that Congressman O'Rourke is very much committed to.
Well, thank you so much for joining us here on Sunrise. We'll have an article posted on our website, crossroadstoday.com. And don't go anywhere. Coming up, news to know before you go.